I had the idea of the Alta Rezia Freeride a year ago when I realized that finally the freeride boom is coming over to Europe and the ski resorts start to open up their services also to mountain bikers. Since there are endless single trails in the Alps that have to be ridden, you know, it's just logical that the ski resorts finally jump onto this trend and make it available for the bikers. And Frischy always wanted to do a trip with me. He always said, Hans, I got to come on one of your adventures. So we thought that would be the perfect opportunity where Mr. Cross Country can meet Mr. Extreme in the middle, and we could do this free ride where we can combine our skills, but also we have so much in common. We both are Swiss, we both are in the Mountain Biking Hall of Fame, we both have a passion for Italy, and we both have been in the business for like nearly 20 years, and it was just a logical thing to do this trip together.
We started out in Moritz at my Frischy bike school, went up towards Piznere into that valley that's called Val Bever, over a pass, the Suvretta Pass, and that was our first actually inspiration we got off the glaciers, Piz Bernina with its glaciers, a beautiful view we had from up there.
Tag single trail downhill von St. Moritz to Tirano, day number 1. Stay tuned.
Merkt man die Höhe. Jetzt sind wir schon auf 2700 Meter.
Zwei von dem Sättigen. Jetzt sind wir schon bald unten.
Cool.
Letzte Witz und dann sind wir in Bever.
Erster Downhill.
Ganz oben im Hessen.
Yeah, it was an awesome downhill, and from there we jumped straight into the red train. That train was filled with tourists, but also with mountain bikers that day, and they took us all the way up to the Bernina Pass, where we then took a single trail back towards St. Moritz.
Alta Rezia Freeride! Die Räder waren nicht
This was a long 14-hour day. But at least we saw everything of Switzerland that you can actually see.
We did. We saw cows.
We saw the Alphorn.
And the glaciers, yeah, the glaciers.
We were actually in the cheese factory.
And my tires are filled with kosher now too.
And something very Swiss, typical Swiss too, was the Japanese tourist up on the mountain.
Domo arigato.
Arigato!
So we covered it all here. Let's go to Italy tomorrow.
Yeah.
Day 2 started in Pontresina. We jumped straight onto the train and went up all the way to the Bernina Pass again. And then this time we dropped on the other side down towards Italy. First we hit Poschiavo. We had an incredible single trail there with glaciers in the background. It was unbelievable.
Bernina Tirano. Andiamo in Italia.
Oh shoot!
What?
Brauchen wir Ausweis?
Klaro.
Ich habe ihn jetzt nicht dabei.
Passaporte bitte.
Ich habe ihn echt nicht dabei.
Ehrlich nicht? Scheiße!
Ist okay? Was ist jetzt passiert?
Hä?
Was ist jetzt passiert?
Ja, Bremse ausgesetzt.
Ich hatte gedacht, du haltst an, auf einmal bist du in die
Ja,
Mauer
ich habe
reingefahren.
pumpen. Die Bremse ist nicht mehr gegangen.
We just have a little pit stop here in Poschiavo at the only bike shop in town. It's about half the size of my garage back home. It's classic. Thomas had a little bent his front wheel. He hit a wall trying to follow me. So now we had a quick fix. We're gonna get some lunch down here in this beautiful Swiss town. And then we're gonna head over to Italy and going down to Tirano. Andiamo! We met the private shuttle. There's a place to make reservations, and a guy in a jeep or pickup truck comes and drives you up to this mountain.
That was called the Col d'Anzano, which was actually a smuggling trail way back, and you didn't even have your passport with you, but we didn't need it because it was a smuggling trail. There was no borderline actually. We didn't even realize when we hit the border, did we?
Yeah, there was no border, you know. There was no border, and luckily we made it down. There was also an old military road they built in World War I, and halfway down that downhill, which took about almost 2.5 hours of pure downhilling, and halfway down my brake pads wore down to the metal already. And
the whole day here was so spectacular to be up in the high Alps at first. That really we crossed snowfields, we were close to the glaciers, and actually ended up down in the vineyards of the Valtellina, where they produce wine, down almost at sea level. So that whole change, also not just by altitude, but the nature changed so much in such a short time. That was an incredible thing. Again, we took the Freeride shuttle train up to Piz Bernina, where we actually ended up the third time already on our tour, but always riding different trails. And moved over to Italy through this valley that's called Val da Fine, which is a really remote, small valley where there's no one up there really, except a nice little single trail that gets you right up to the pass, and it's just a smooth climb that everyone can do even on a real heavy bike. So
yeah, but you killed me anyway on it, and you were singing the national anthem to the cows. That was pretty cool. No, 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 no.
bitte, bitte! Hanslima, top of the world. What a beautiful day this is, huh?
And this is the heart of the Alps, dude. This was so beautiful coming up this valley here.
You know, we just have the best office in the world.
Yeah, we have the best job. Another day in the office. Check it out.
Fahr ich da?
Ja, wahrscheinlich nicht.
Ich laufe. Ich schaue dir zu, ist gut?
Fucking slippery. Ja, da ist los.
Questa tappa di Giro Italia fino ancora 4 km, finalmente una grande sprint e Frischknecht viene ancora 100 metri, è incredibile la corsa di Frischknecht, nell'ultima seconda prende Andrei il titolo per questa tappa di Giro Italia, è incredibile!
Livigno is really happening in this region. Not only they host the World Championships this year in 2005, but they are planning to build bike parks. They already have like 12 mountain bike hotels.
Livigno definitely is considered the Whistler of Europe, and is a great place, great infrastructure, especially built for mountain bikers.
Yeah, like for example, they have this beautiful trail, the Panoramica Livigno trail. They made a special single trail that goes around the town for about 36 kilometers. That's over 20 miles of single trail.
Try to get some energy. It's 6:20 and we have a long day. We're doing first descent this afternoon. Trail. Currently nobody has ever taken a bicycle on. It's gonna turn into an epic, so I want to be ready.
Okay.
The early bird catches the worm, but I'm more the worm than the bird. That's the problem. Wow. Sind oben?
Ja.
All right. We entered the National Park of Stelvio, going up that valley that brought us up to Passo Trela, which was an amazing thing to do. We started out early because we had a long day, and riding up in the morning light, that was just peace.
Wow.
came by this typical Alm hut where the people were already up and working, and they gave us a glass of fresh milk. And
they had
it
a
was
dog
awesome.
up there. You remember the dog that had more dreadlocks than Tinker Juarez and Bob Marley together?
Yeah, that guy was like gnarly. He looked like a mob. Yeah, and it was interesting, you know. From there we dropped down to Bormio.
Yeah, it was a beautiful little town, that Bormio. And then the adventure started.
We did a proper first descent. We went up to the Bormio 3000, which is a really huge mountain right behind Bormio. We took the gondola to the top, and on the back side is a trail. I mean, there wasn't much of a trail on the top. It was just like a field of rocks, basically.
Whoa! Look at this.
We're a long way up here, 3,000 meters, it's about 10,000 feet.
Tell me now, where's your super trail? I can't see anything.
Well, apparently nobody has ever ridden the backside down of this mountain. See that little single trail there? That's part of it. And then it traverses over, and you go over that crest, and you drop into Santa Catarina. That's the village way down there.
Wow, jetzt hast du eine Felsplatte gelöst. Hans, das sieht schon aus wie es ein Trail hat.
Warte, ich schau jetzt noch rein, ist da.
It was extreme. We were running out of time, the bad weather came in, and it was a run against the time, definitely.
Yeah, and it was a 2.5 hour downhill. I mean, we were not going slow at all. I mean, at the beginning, the going was tough because the trail was really technical, loose rocks, and a couple times we even got lost, so we had to go look for the markers.
The adventure has started, Frischie!
Ja, ich finde das nicht wirklich schlau als Familienvater da bei Donner und Blitz auf 2800 Meter zu Abend am 6. Aber wir machen jetzt das Adventure fertig. Und die erste Begehung mache ich zuerst.
Da ist der Weg dann wieder Frischie. Ja. Jetzt sind wir dann unten. Da ist wieder ein Forstweg. Da ist heute da. Eine Wiese mit Stein und dann hat es Single Trail gehabt und dann hat es einen Schotterweg gehabt und einen Wald und Wiese und am Schluss ein Bar mit Bier.
Top downhill, oggi, eh?
Top downhill, downhill extreme, da 3011 Hone altezza fino in Sant'Antonio Valfurba 1300 metri.
What a character. This is Silvio, he's our guide today. He's a local and from Bormio. He has a bike shop here. And he's gonna take us up the Val Zebru, where we're gonna do an awesome downhill, and he's gonna show us the way a little bit. Beautiful day again, but they have forecast for thunderstorms in the afternoon, once again. You like the shuttling, huh?
I do, yeah.
That's the life of a freerider. You believe me now that freeriding is pretty cool, huh?
But you know what? As a freerider, I would not be a professional. I could only eat the skin off the bratwurst, but as a cross-country rider, at least I can eat the whole bratwurst.
Well, at least you get some
with
skin.
mustard.
Adesso un'ora per salire, eh?
Sì, un'ora per passo di Zebru, molto dura.
Da habe ich mal gedacht, dass wir ungefähr eine Stunde jetzt bergauf haben, da, bis wir auf dem Pass sind.
Dass du immer noch schwätzen kannst, ich bin Anschlag.
Io andare in piedi. Grande Bruder. König. Rey, Königspitz. Super! Super! Numero uno! Shut up, let's go! Okay! Come on! Hi!
Andiamo!
We have to ride or hike, and that's part of it. And that's cool. We're almost at 3,000 meters now, and it is absolutely stunning here. This is a view to remember.
We had this spectacular view over the glaciers, and all the time I was looking at that snow, not knowing that we actually on the other side of the pass hit the snow ourselves.
And
that was pretty radical.
It was soft snow. Not only was it the highest point of our tour, but there was literally, like Thomas said, there was a lot of snow, and it was deep and soft, and we had to get through it, and easier than walking was biking as long as we could until we, you had a good face plan on that one. That was funny. I had to almost dig you out of that one.
Kom raus!
Latest, by the time I saw this cord on the side of the rock, I knew it wasn't just me who was thinking it was steep. I think there was a reason why that cord was there.
Yeah, whenever they have handrails on a hiking trail in the mountains, you know it's steep, and it was pretty steep. There was actually one particular section I had to get off the bike. It was just too steep and loose rocks and a little bit too dangerous, a little bit too far away from the local hospital. So, but most of it we actually rode, or almost everything, or tripoded at least, and we hit this beautiful single trail. We came to this valley, which I have to say it's one of my favorite valleys I've ever been to, and I swear to God I'll be back at that place.
Remember that single trail, that was forever. That was a blast.
Das ist cool, denn.
Das ist aber eins.
Ja.
Hey, das ist einer von den längsten Single-Trail-Abfahrten, die ich je gemacht habe.
Oh, schau mal, ganz knapp mal kommen. Da kommt der Silvio auch.
Sono stati molto bravi. Hans, super. Thomas, ancora di più. Grandi amici in Alta Rezia per questo Freeride Tour 2005. Super.
Das können wir auch
Nein,
wegschmeißen.
dem Skocki weg. Nein, das geht nicht. Das ist der Cut. Super. Basta. Cut.
The last downhill in the rain was really muddy. Was quite slippery.
It remembered me of the cyclocross races in Belgium.
Yeah, that's what you like. Do I have some dirt on my face?
Oh wait.
Oh no, this is great. That's a great finish for a bike ride. We had the hot springs here, the Bagno Novo, the hot springs, the new hot springs in Bormio. They have all
They're
kinds
not
of
only
things,
hot, they're also muddy.
and they're really super dirty. Oh. Day 6.
Last day was spectacular. We had the most exclusive shuttle to get up to the mountain to actually produce some nice pictures from the air. That's not a regular service they do because we are in the national park here. That was also something very amazing for me, to go up with a helicopter on my bike. You don't get to do that very often. During World War I, this was a really important area between the south side of the Alps and north side of the Alps, and the whole area is full with these military roads. It's incredible what they did back then.
Yeah, and it's incredible. These trails haven't changed much, and they're still there, and now they're here for mountain bikers, and that is just awesome.
Also, wo meine Mami gehört hat, dass ich mit dem Hans Rey ein Velotürli mache, hat sie gesagt, bis der Kurs ist, gell?
www.alta-rezia.com. Ok!